Hey everybody, we're back with another Sega Saturn review. Today we're doing Thunder Force AC. It's an import game from Japan for the Sega Saturn. Today we're going to be looking at some gameplay from the first and the second level. First off, I'm going to start a direct quote from one of the programmers who made Virtua Fighter 2. Can't remember his name, can't pronounce it either because it's Japanese. And it's a funny name. Sorry, just had to make that comment. But he said, I think it's 1 out of 10 or 1 out of every 100 Sega Saturn programmers harnesses the actual power of the Saturn itself, because it does have 3 processors. Sega pretty much was like, you know what, fuck you PlayStation, we're going to stick another 2 processors on so you can go fuck yourself. But that really didn't work out in the end. I think Virtua Fighter and Virtua Racing are some of the best looking 3D polygon games. Even though they were very primitive compared to today's FPSs or first-person shooters like Halo and Call of Duty and Gears of War and Medal of Honor. I think that the programmers of this game really harnessed the power of the Saturn. They gave it excellent music. As you can see, all the graphics really don't look that pixelated at all. There's excellent lighting on this game. I think just about everything about this game is good compared to some of the other games that I've seen. The thing about this is that the Saturn in Japan, it enjoyed a much bigger success than it did in the US, so there were a lot more games released. Therefore, there's a lot more wider of a variety of games. Actually, there's a spaceship shooter like this one called Sexy Paradise. It makes it sound kind of weird, but it's actually a legit game. Look it up on eBay or on Google, and you'll find links for it and stuff like that. Yeah, well, Sexy Paradise, I guess. And once again, this is a Japan-only game, but you can use this on an American Saturn, so you don't need to buy a Japanese console. You just need a 4-in-1 action memory, or action replay memory card. It also acts as a memory card, so you can take your games and put them from your Saturn onto your memory card. Those are about 20 bucks, 15. I bought mine brand new. Sorry about how my spaceship kind of disappeared at the beginning. Okay, so let me explain a little bit about what's going on the screen. At the very left we have the speed score and the top. The top score is on the very bottom. The score that I currently have is in the middle. And on the speed, if I hit the C button on the Sega Saturn controller, which is on the very right hand side for the lower set of buttons, because there's 6 on the front, this not counting the start button. That's how many boosts I have, which I'll use later. You can tell by the back of the ship there's a little blue beam that comes out, which signifies that I used the boost. Right next to it, just to the right, there's 3 boxes with different emblems inside. These are my weapons. These are, right now I'm using the server, which is pretty much an upgraded version of the twin shot, which is what I had before. Off of that, I have something it's called the wall shot. But what it does is it follows the wall, and it also sends out a single beam in front of you of ammunition, fire, and the other one is the back shot. Finally got him before he got away. That's called the back shot, which pretty much all it does is it shoots a couple beams out from the back, and the rest of it pretty much goes out front. There's only one beam that goes out front. You just saw me use that a little while back when enemies came from behind me. Here's where I use the actual boost. I avoided those, because those are some of the biggest obstacles when you first start playing this game. You don't know how the hell to get past them. You think you want to shoot them, but it really doesn't do anything. But this is a very balanced game. I think the D-pad is excellent. It's not too jittery, it's not too slow. I think they got just about everything right on this game, it feels like. And you can sit down and play this for hours, because it's got about, I don't know, 5 or 6 levels that are very detailed, that are very fun to play. There's a variety of weapons that you can get in upgrades for them. Right here, and every single time that you get another upgrade, it adds power to it, and you also get 10,000 points in addition. I also forgot to explain that the things that are flying around my side of my spaceship, those are called claws. They also act as a protecting force when it's been around me. But I do think that this first level boss is very easy. I think you just stay at the very back, he can't get you, and you just aim towards where his waist is, and you pretty much just kill him. But that's the first level. Takes you to this nice little passing scene. There really is no loading times compared to other games. Yeah, I just about got destroyed there. I do like the second level, even though it does kind of feel like a bad acid trip where you're shooting stuff. But this is where you actually do get 2 more weapons. You get the hunters and the waves, but you guys will see those later. Also, these disc things that spin around are very annoying. They're kind of monotonous to hit. I don't really like them, but they're an interesting enemy. There's a wide variety of different types of little foes you'll contact. There's the wave gun, which I'll use. Actually, you do have flaming birds coming up, which I find to be kind of interesting. There's the wave, just got the shields. What they do kind of remind me of is like Moltres from Pokemon. If that's not a nerd reference, then I don't know what is. I was also really confused about this part. I thought you were supposed to come from the front, but I realized you're supposed to come from the back to destroy him. Here's where I just get destroyed. It comes up, I just get annihilated. But the overall layout of this level is very nice. I do like it. It's very easy to play. That's another thing important about this, is that this is one of the pick up and play spaceship shooters. It's not one of the ones where you need to have like 5 years of experience with anything spaceship shooter related, or 10 years or whatever, to be able to play this game. It's very easy to play. Going for the life. Oh, and I make it. But you can pick this game up and play it for hours and hours on end without getting bored, which I think is a very nice feature about this game. I do show you where the hunters do come in handy. Up next coming is the boss. Barely avoided that one. I hate these little robot things that shoot those. Pick up the shields. Those only last for 2 or 3 hits. Up next is coming the bosses. They're pretty much coming up right now, but it says emergency, that means the boss. Another thing I forgot to mention about this is that the patterns for the bosses are different for every level. Also, another thing I forgot to mention is on the very bottom right hand corner, you do get on the very top of that little bar where it says stages, stage and credits. It shows you what level you're on, which is I'm on stage 2 right now. Just got destroyed again. Just beneath that you have credits, since this was supposed to be an arcade style game, which I find to be a very nice little feature. And you also get how many ships you have left. I think this is one of the hardest bosses in the whole entire game. I do only show you guys the first 2 levels. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out my other reviews and keep playing.